Wednesday, July 27th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. A lot to talk about here. Some building heat once again. In fact, the heat going to be very significant here as we go through the second half of the week here in our part of the country. And also the tropics heating up a bit. We might be seeing our next classified tropical system begin to develop. Now let's take a look at the radar this morning. First of all, you have some rain near the South Carolina coast from Hilton Head up to near Charleston. A couple showers just offshore and a couple areas of the North Carolina coast. But this drier air is taking hold, and the rain chances for most of us basically going to be zero for the next few days. Here's your heat-related products back over the nation's midsection again this morning, but we might see those coming eastward again depending on how the humidity behaves as we go through the next few days. And severe weather, still a severe thunderstorm watch at this early morning hour in parts of southern Minnesota. Here's your temperatures, a lot of 80 and even 85 degree plus readings back in the southern and central plain states. It's low to mid 70s across much of our region. Dew point's still pretty high. In fact, most areas here in our part of the country still with dew points of 70 degrees or higher. However, all indications are we'll see these dew points mix out by this afternoon, and it should wind up being for the Piedmont, the foothills, the mountains, a relatively low humidity type of afternoon. There's the upper air chart. This ridge that's temporarily been located off to our west is now building back in. This is what the upper air pattern looks like by Friday morning off the European model ridge right overhead. But then, by later this weekend, Sunday, we see that ridge shifting back into the plains again, and then we'll see exactly how it behaves as we get into next week. Some modeling wants to build the ridging back in. Others want to keep the ridging over the plains and kind of keep us in the northwest flow. Kind of on the fence about next week at this moment, but it definitely looks like hot for the today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday time frame. Then the heat should back down at least temporarily again Sunday and Monday. Also some storm chances coming back in. Let's talk about today. It's going to be a dry day for the Piedmont, the foothills, the mountains. I guess I can't completely rule out an isolated shower in southernmost North Carolina. And certainly down into South Carolina, a couple showers and afternoon storms will be around, but most areas in the North Carolina, Piedmont, foothills, and mountains are going to be dry. Highs mid to even some upper 90s today. Then I think a lot of us up in the upper 90s tomorrow. Friday, I think a lot of Piedmont spots will exceed 100 for those afternoon highs, and then still upper 90s at least on Saturday, but I do think by Saturday afternoon and the evening the chance for some thunderstorms returns, and still at the moment Sunday looking like a relatively unsettled day with good shower and thunderstorm chances across the region, and then still at least a few storms possible Monday, and then I'm gone with the dry forecast again for most of us by Tuesday. All right, in the tropics, the area of the little tropical disturbance, I guess we'll say, near western Cuba has gotten a whole lot better organized over the past 24 hours. There's the early morning satellite imagery. Nice blow up of convection there associated with that, and there are some indications that a circulation is developing here, and this could very well become a tropical depression later today. Where is it headed? Well, there's the spaghetti chart here. Notice a lot of the modeling has taken a right-hand shift, and some of the modeling now aimed toward Louisiana. Some of the shallower models here aimed at North Mexico, but I think odds are this winds up being some type of U.S. system. Whether or not it can really ramp up in intensity remains to be seen, but there's some of the computer model intensities here. Notice some of the modeling here takes us up to minor hurricane status by the time we get to about 3 days from now. Let me show you the GFDL. This is what it does eventually with it. Brings it to the upper Texas coast as a tropical storm. The Hurricane Wharf brings it as a minor hurricane to parts of the lower Texas coast. So we'll see. All interest there in the western Gulf of Mexico. Coastal regions need to closely monitor this, but this very well could become our next classified tropical system here over the next 24 to 48 hours. All right, that is it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a great Wednesday, and God bless.